Hey, good morning, everybody, from Houston, from my studio, 111 in Silver Steel Studios.
And from Huntsville, where I'm at the home studio that we have here in Huntsville.
How are you this morning?
Doing great, doing great. It's lovely weather up here, though it does look like rain. So I don't know what you guys are down there.
Yeah, it was very misty this morning for some reason.
All
right.
Fall weather.
I just needed to put this art chart in front of my eyes, that the live streaming on Facebook, so I know who is watching us and who needs a hello, and it will be great to be in touch with friends.
We should probably start off with that if you are joining us through Facebook Live, welcome. We're delighted that you're here. We are broadcasting through Zoom, though, and we're not able to see you live on Facebook Live, oddly enough. There is a delay, and plus that Bogdan is trying to do two things at once, watch the screen.
But now I'm focused now.
But I mean, as far as Facebook, so don't feel ignored. If you're on Facebook, we'll get to your comments as we can. But we are broadcasting on Zoom, so welcome on that platform as well. Everything that we're talking about today is for sale, and as well as anything else that we have. You can check our websites and things like that to see what we're selling. The whole idea of the Art Chat is to kind of share what's going on in our lives as far as our art business and our creative output. And so just want to let you know that everything is for sale. If you fall in love with the piece, we can get it to you. We can ship anywhere in the world. So just that's kind of some of the housekeeping bits.
Fantastic. Thank you. Now we have a couple of news to share with you, but we'll do that in a minute after we'll go over the first series of art we want to feature in this art chat. Shall we start with that?
Let's do it.
Let's switch back on the presentation. And the very first two ones, it's the very left one here, it's Circle of Life is mine. It's a new piece I just put together. And the other one is Virtues of John's from Banca Marga series, right?
Correct.
So let's talk about this Circle of Life, which I'm so in love with this series. For those who don't know, I'm progressively working, and slowly, of course, to this series of geometrical, if you want, floral, made up floral and circles and shapes, right? Made of petals, of seeds, or grass, or whatever I find interesting. So the way I do this, John, is unlike pure photography. I have to, I scan this on a high resolution bed scanner. So I put everything on the scanner on the shape I want. And I have basically imagined how they look because it's on reverse, you know? So I need to pick up each of the right seed in this example, so not to be too beaten up or because that will show up. And the result is a magnificent piece that can be, you know, printed skyscraper size.
Let's do that.
The details are magnificent. And, you know, I call it a circle of life because it's actually a circle of life. Those are magnolia seeds, and this is how the life starts again, right? And if you look closely at the age of each of these, many of these seeds, there's already a, how do you call this thing?
Hair root coming out.
Right. And in purpose, I left these strings, white strings, because it makes you, you know, interested. What are these? You know, at first they look like dust, but it's not.
Yeah, and just the way those scanned images come so vibrant, so detailed, and then against that black background, it really makes them pop. I think these are magnificent. They look like candy. but there are seeds. In fact, we're probably going to have to give our next door neighbor, Lorraine, we're probably going to have to give her a commission because we've used her flowers from her magnolia tree, her leaves from her magnolia tree, and now the seeds.
Now,
So,
what I want to add to this one, the very first piece is an edition of 10, by the way. It's the whole thing is a 34 by 34.
which is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. I can't. So what I've done here, because it's so huge, I printed squares of 15 by 15 inch, and then I assembled them on what is called a getter foam board, which is a very sturdy archival foam board. It's not
stunning.
like, right, it's not like a regular foam board that it comes, it can break over time. This won't break. And yes, this is a picture with me and the piece so that you can get the proportions right.
Yeah, it's just really, and that's such a unique way of framing it. So it has a lot of visual interest anyway, but now you've made it even more interesting by making the tiles.
And that depth of the black is just magnificent.
Mm-hmm. That's really, really just a magnificent piece. And it kind of goes with a style that you've done previously. So
yeah,
it actually builds a body of work that you already have.
I mean, I have several in this series. I haven't get the chance to print them yet because I still slowly work on them. But this one, I said, it's fall and it's seeds
are ready now.
Then why not have something else in the studio? So this is how it happened.
I'm not sure they would maintain that kind of shine and look if you kept them for too long.
Fantastic. So this is what I want to present now, the very first. And if you guys, this is a huge piece. If you want to come and see it with your own eyes, do visit us at Silver Sea Studios. I mean, 111. And the piece is right here in waiting for a new home.
And you said edition of 10.
Edition of 10, right. It doesn't matter how big or how small they are, they will be 10 at the end.
There will be only 10, which makes them even more collectible. Excellent, good work.
Thank you.
I'm going to talk to you about virtues. This is part of my Pancamarga series. If you haven't heard Pancamarga, you're probably new. Pancamarga is a series of, I'm doing 20 paintings every 5 years for the next 20 years until I'm 80 years old. The first installation of 20, the Virtues is part of that installation. It was called the Path of Accumulation. And in that kind of set of 20, I looked at the idea of what we accumulate and bringing everything that I have in my life to my artistic practice today, right now. This is, and so there's lots and lots of detail, lots and lots of layering, lots and lots of movement, because that's representing all of the things that I've done up to this point. And I just really, really like the colors in this one. It's got some of the symbology that I tend to use quite a lot, the sacred circle, the little dots, which are both representative of kind of Aboriginal painting, as well as maybe rosary beads. There are these teal colored rectangles that move through, which are, in my mind, kind of like footsteps, as though I'm walking in some sort of meditation through the painting.
What I like about this,
there.
What I like about these pieces is the fact that you frame them in this.
Oh yeah, they look great, Frank.
Frame, which brings everything in focus, and you can focus better.
I find that very true in a lot of abstract pieces, that a frame can really, really help define it. Keep it up there for a moment, Bogdan.
Okay.
So it's 20 by 16 inches on canvas. It is acrylic, but there's also some other bits to it. So it's a mixed media piece. Mm-hmm. And it is part of that first installment of the first 20 paintings of the Pancamarga series. So it is collectible. Is it got a stamp on the back?
It does.
It's got its Pancamarga label on the back as well. So it's a little more collectible in the sense that it's part of that legacy series that I'm creating. So anyway, I hope you like it. I think the colors are vibrant. I really like the way it looks framed. They looked really cool all together. And so it's interesting to see them apart.
So by those one who collects any pieces from Panca Marga gets a little package with it.
Oh, absolutely. Right? You're joining an exclusive club of Panca Marga collectors. And Panca Marga collectors will always get first chance at the next set of 20 that I'll be doing in 2025.
Fabulous.
So this is Virtues.
Now, shall we move a little with some news?
Sure. What's going on?
I want to remind everybody about the Fine Feria that those who didn't watch any previous episodes, that I've been reselected for the Fine Feria, this time for the Mexico City edition. And that is a exhibition happening between 26th and 28th of November. So if you guys have any plans for Thanksgiving Day, or you want to fly somewhere, come visit me in Mexico City. Love to see you there.
You'll be the only people there. Mexico City is empty other than that. No, it's quite an honor. This is a hard show to get into, and you've gotten into it twice. So congratulations.
I'm getting ready now with all kinds of flyers. I actually ordered the zines that contains all images in the series.
And this is more like a catalog as well.
It's more like a catalog, and I intend to distribute it to those interested in the collection.
Mm-hmm. And it's just in this.
Now it's official at the beginning of November, and that is November 5th, all the way to December 11th. The same series, Inheritance, will be on view again in Mexico City at the PRPG MX. Michael Swan is expanding his gallery, and he's having the new part of the gallery. He's going to have an inauguration, and part of that inauguration exhibition is going to be with pieces of my Inheritance.
Magnificent. And they're actually he's just showing them. They're not for sale.
Yes.
They're for sale through FAIN, FAIN, through that exhibition. But he's showing them as well, which is very, very nice of him. And it's just a joy working with Michael and PRPGMX.
I know that Michael at some point will watch this. So thank you, Michael. What absolutely. A great opportunity.
Yes, it's quite an honor to work with him and to get the kind of exposure.
And right now I'm working with various companies in Mexico City to have some of those zines printed locally, so that you can get it on November 5th of the inauguration. So whomever visitors he has there, they will get a bag with all kinds of marketing materials, including this catalog of Inheritance. That would be what a fabulous idea,
And you're also probably going to be working with him doing some curation with photography shows
at some point. Yes, yeah.
So looking forward to a long relationship with Michael and his galleries.
So it's November 5th, remember that. And guess what? November 5th, the exhibition in Poughkeepsie starts as well, all in the same time, guys. And in there, I have this image as is from the same series Inheritance. And by the way, I have one edition here printed in the studio, and this is a 20 by 30. It's framed in a 30 by 40 frame. So if you guys want to get a closer look, come visit me anytime.
Or head to Poughkeepsie and you can see this one.
Oh yeah. It's kind of cold now, or maybe not. It's still early. Now we have a
remarkable piece. It's getting lots of attention. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank you. Now we have a new episode of Art Life on
Hi guys.
So cool. Don't you know? And if you guys want to know what's going on with us and in detail this time, basically it's covering the whole week, you can browse on YouTube, our channel, Art Life with John and Bogdan.
And the Art Life is different from Art Chat. Here we talk pretty much specifically about our artwork. And in the Art Chat, it's more than that. It's more about our art business and our lives as artists. That's the difference between the two types of content.
And here I can see I'm at the Q imaging, picking up the photographs for
beautiful pieces.
Now, a reminder, I did a little cleanup this week as well on my website. So go check it out at bogdanphotoart.com. Order your prints in there. Or if you want a painting, you go to johnbishopfineart.com. You've been busy this week too with all kinds of projects.
I have. That's one of the reasons I've been working from home so much. I am part of the Michael Swank, again, the PRPGMX Art Lab, which is open for the residency members for his gallery and residency program. And so he has these quarterly, these art labs, which are 8-week sessions where you work on something very, very specific, write a proposal, and then chart your progress with a small cohort of other artists. It's really, really fascinating and very helpful. Mine is to work on this large piece that I've done a few studies, if you've seen the previous episodes, trying to narrow down what I was going to do. But I'm now working on a piece that is about 6.5 feet tall by about 4.5 feet wide. It is based on a work I had done previously of these small flowers falling and creating a pile of these tiny flowers that really give a sense of kind of a meditative sense, but also just of color, of a gradient color, and hopefully some illumination coming from beneath.
And guys, I have to tell you that I know everything about it. It's coming with a lot of sacrifice. It's
my hands hurt. Well, I have arthritis.
Or there's something going on all the time at the end of every session of painting.
It's funny because I've done a similar painting to this, and I was seated the whole time. Now I'm on my feet or on a ladder, trying to get all these tiny little flowers. And these flowers, each flower has to be painted 4 times. So this is just the first layer of the flowers. I have to touch them up 4 times for each blossom.
Amazing. Good luck with that.
A lot of work. And I've still got 3 weeks, so I should be fine.
And I want to remind everybody that if you guys are looking for some unique 2021 Christmas ornaments, you can always collect John's ornaments. He created some unusual balls this year. You want to talk about the process?
Yeah, I do this every year. I try and have something in the studio. We're going to have a holiday event sale at the Silver Street Studios on December the 4th. So I'm trying to get some Christmas-related, holiday-related items in there as well. These are glass bulbs that I did with spray paint and metallic or a medium. And I think they turned out fairly well. I think they're kind of pretty. There's also some wooden ones, and as well as the art that we will have for sale at that event. So just a way of getting ready for the holidays.
Now, work in progress. You know, this project with squares and abstract sunset, actually, I've been working on for a while. And yesterday I got to mount those pieces on the canvas. We'll see where this goes. They're not quite dry, and it's an experiment. We'll see where it goes. If you don't try, then you don't have any experience, right?
That's the fun of it, right?
And guys, Monday I decided to stay home because I was too fried, and you know, I find myself home, and I tell John, I don't want to do anything today, but I can't because every time I feel like I'm wasting a day. my mother had an expression that translates like, you can't keep create shadows to the ground. The explanation is like, where the shadow falls, nothing grows. So that's the idea. So I find myself painting again a new piece for this spring 2022, and every fall, I started this last year, I do some photography from the Vellum collection. And I had to go out and harvest basically some wildflowers, a variety of these, and then rush home and do some photography with them in that collection. They're not ready, they're not completely detached, but I wanted to share what's new and what I have done lately.
God, they're beautiful. I just love this series, and every time I see them, they're very similar in the way they're shot, but they're all different, and
it has to, the tricky thing with this, it has to happen fast, because these wildflowers, they die very quick. And not only that, this time the cat discovered them on the table, and by the time I took the first one, she was in heaven, messing up with everything.
Yes, they're stunning.
I also have this again scans, high resolution scans of various petals coming up soon on the website, and these are as well fabulous. Let's say
you just sold one of those, I think.
I did. Yes, and I'm gonna share it with you in a second. We would just again want to thank you, everybody. Thank you for supporting us, believing in us, watching us, and following us. Everything.
Thank you guys so much.
And a special thank you is going to Stephen, who actually fall in love with this above the cut picture. He discovered it in my studio, the fall biannual, and it took him 2 weeks to think. And at the beginning of when was this? Last week?
Yeah.
He made an appointment with me and said that he's convinced he needs to purchase this one because it's going to fit perfectly in his home office.
Magnificent. And, sometimes when people say, oh, I'll think about it, I'll give you a call, you're like, they'll never call.
Yeah. It happens.
Sometimes they do. When they fall in love, they buy them.
Okay, it's time to hit the other section of the feature art. And one is Atlantis, is the sculpture photography piece that I put together. I finally finished it. And it's Tunnel, right?
Tunnel. Mm-hmm.
So guys, you know that for last period of time, I focused on creating this, what I call them sculptural photography. It's a mixed media between photography and painting. And what I do is the inspiration of these pieces were the inheritance pieces, inheritance photography. And what I do, I print these architectural elements from variety sites wherever I travel and I like. And then I try to create these imaginary lost cities, basically. This one is the last one I put together. The picture is not great because I run out of time, but it's called Atlantis, and it's mounted on a black Gator foam board, very, very sturdy and beautiful. And let me see, this is actually the proportion of it.
Beautiful.
And I do have it here, if you have a moment, John, if we still have a moment.
Sure.
So this is the piece. It's very hard to see in here.
It's hard to see that three-dimensionality. It's just amazing. And you've got plaster and some wire, I think, or mesh up there at the top, as well as the photographs that are extended out from the flat surface. Yeah, they're amazing pieces.
They're really beautiful. And each one of them has its own personality.
Mm-hmm. They're really unique.
Let's see where we are.
And I haven't seen anybody else doing that. So I think they're pretty innovative.
And there are quite a few of them now. And I need to do a book about this. I finally upload several of them yesterday on my website. So they are for sale, and please do collect them. They're really beautiful. If you want to get a closer,
truly unique one-offs, right? There's nothing
else.
One-on-one.
I can't even make fine art prints out of this.
No,
they're gone. I mean, it's like
change the whole thing once you make a flat print.
Absolutely. So please do come to the studio here in Silver Sea Studios 111 to get a closer look, should you want that. You want to talk about your tunnel?
El Tunnel, okay. I think we're running out of time. I don't want to go over, but El Tunnel is a piece. It's 40 by 30. It's a larger piece, acrylic on canvas. There's some texture in it as well. It's actually a failed painting. Under it is a scene of a beach that I just destroyed. It was awful. So I found a little section of it that I loved the color of the ocean, and I redid it as an abstract with those colors in mind. And what I really like about it is the movement. It's like there's a wispy sort of fog mist moving around. There's movement, there's depth. It looks as though there's some sort of a mist covering the entrance to a cave or a tunnel. Mm-hmm. And that's why I called it that. I just find it a very, very relaxing piece. And yet there's a lot going on at the same time. And
the shades of blue that you picked for this and the green behind are amazing.
And that's that whole color of the sea that I had tried to capture in the previous painting. And I just built on that and just love those colors. And in fact, you'll see it's pretty much the same palette that I used in Pancamarga and that I'm using now with the large flower painting, the greens and blues and teals. And I think those are lovely. Oh, you've got it there.
I've got it. I just remember I always have to remember this.
Yeah. And the size is good. It's
gorgeous.
And the beauty of the abstract is that you can turn it any darn direction you like.
Yes.
Whichever way fits your room or looks the best.
Absolutely true.
But I wanted to share that because I don't think we talked about it before.
Guys, this is what we had to share with you this week in the art chat. It was great seeing you. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. And we'll see you next Thursday for the art chat. And I think it's time for some newsletters as well. So
yep, it's that time.
We'll send you other reminders as well.
Great. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.